Hello friends and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be setting up my weekly spreads for the rest of January, so there'll be 3 spreads that I'll be making today. This video will be a chill kind of video where I'll just be talking to you guys about my Bujo experience so far while setting up the spreads. Before I begin, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I've just surpassed 100 subscribers as I'm editing this video and I am so thankful about it. I know 100 subscribers is not a lot, but that just makes me even more humbled and grateful that there are even 100 of you guys who are willing to continue watching the content that I put out. And I just want to say that I'm so glad that I made that decision to post my first YouTube video, and even though this channel is still a little fetus and I still have so much to learn, I am so excited to see where this channel goes. Anyway, let's move along to my thoughts on bullet journaling after a week of doing it. Even though a week is definitely too short to come up with any conclusive judgment on whether I really like bullet journaling and more importantly if it's even sustainable for me, but I thought that it would be nice to have a tiny check-in after a week to just lay down my initial thoughts and first impressions of bullet journaling. So of course, maybe because it's only been a week, but I love the whole concept of bullet journaling and being able to customize the bullet journal to suit my needs. The first thing I like about having a bullet journal is just how flexible it is in terms of what kind of spreads I'm able to do to suit my different needs. Prior to starting this bullet journal, I've tried to buy planners for myself that already had all the weeks and dates laid out, and I realized that I could never actually keep up with the planner. I would use it for a week or two and then there'll be weeks where I don't even touch the planner at all. And I think the main reason was because I could not customize the planner to suit my needs, and hence I didn't really feel like using it. Having a bullet journal has really helped to pique my interest and excitement in using it to keep my life organized, as I'm able to decorate my journal and lay it out in a manner that suits my kind of aesthetic. Personally, I feel that when I make something beautiful and aesthetic-ish, then it makes me more likely to want to open up my journal and to look at it and also use it. The second thing I like about the bullet journaling system is how it keeps me organized. Of course, the most obvious way it does that is because I'm able to see all of my weeks and days laid out with specific tasks and events written down. But going one step further than that, my bullet journal now serves as a single place in which I can write down and just consolidate all of my thoughts as well as my ideas. So before using a bullet journal, I actually used to write down my tasks in my calendar, on my phone, or on a random piece of paper just lying around, or in my planner. Whenever I got new ideas of things to paint, for example, or things I had to study for in a test that was coming up, I would write them down in my notes app in my MacBook, and I would also sometimes even just text myself on Telegram to remind myself to do certain things, and sometimes use my reminders app in my phone as well. So in short, I just had lots of information lying around in many different places, which resulted in me being highly disorganized and at times even missing out on certain things that were happening. I couldn't find a system that fit all of my different needs until I discovered bullet journaling. Now with my bullet journal, I have found a single location in which I have everything I need, from writing down my days and my weeks to something as simple as writing down quotes that speak to me. I am able to use my future log as well as my monthly calendar to plan ahead, and am able to use my weeklies to write down everything I have to do that day. My fave log has been so useful as well, for me to write down things that spoke to me during my quiet time, when previously I would just write it down on a new note in my phone. I just love how accessible the bullet journal makes all of these different kinds of information, and I think it would make it really easy next time for me to just flip back at a particular month, and from there I'll be able to see everything I've done for that month, the songs I've been into, what kinds of habits I've been keeping, for example. So I think it's just a really nice way for me to have all of my consolidated thoughts and just be able to look back at it in the future. Thirdly, I've also found that bullet journaling has had a really positive effect on my mental health. An increase in organization in my schedule has helped tons with my mental health. Kind of expanding on the second point, but there were times when I just relied on my memory to remember what had to be done for that day. This resulted in a lot of anxiety for me, as I always felt that I had something that I had forgotten to do, so there was always this nagging thought at the back of my mind that I was missing something out. Being able to visualize all of my to-dos have thus helped a lot in easing my anxiety, as I know that whatever has to be done would have been written down. I also try to make it a point to write down even the smallest tasks so that I wouldn't have a chance of forgetting anything. In addition, I've realized that I've also felt way more relaxed after finishing my journaling for the day. I try to make some time at the end of the day when I just sit down and go through the different spreads in my journal, such as my habit and mood trackers and my Align a Day spread, as well as plan for the following day. Taking this time to go through my journal really helped to slow me down, especially amidst the fast-paced lifestyles we are all used to. In a way, I kind of feel like my bullet journal is my confidante, my little haven and nook I go to at the end of the day to just seek some comfort and respite, especially in the crazy world that we are living in right now. Having this outlet for any positive and negative emotions that I'm feeling have really helped to prevent a build-up of pent-up feelings, of which I have a lot of, and just helps prevent me from possibly imploding. I hope I'm not the only one who feels this way. So anyway, moving on to my last point, I really enjoy using my bullet journal to track my habits. Having a visual reminder of the habits that I have to keep up with have been very helpful in motivating me to complete those habits. Being able to check off these habits at the end of the day just gives me such a great sense of satisfaction. It has really helped to keep me on track with my habits. So how I came up with what habits I wanted to track was kind of an extension of my overarching dreams and goals for the whole of 2021. If you guys watched my 2021 setup video, then you would have seen the dreams and goals page that I've set up at the beginning of my journal. The dreams are kind of things that are slightly difficult to achieve, but I would be super pumped about if they were to actually happen. My goals are slightly more achievable and practical, and in a way are kind of smaller milestones towards achieving my dreams. My habits are then even smaller subsets of my goals. These are quantifiable and super achievable, and things that I can do every day to bring me a little closer to my goals. So for example, if your dream is to have abs, then a goal would be to exercise every day, and a habit to keep track of could be follow a YouTube workout video or do cardio for 15 minutes every day. So that's just an example. This is not actually my dream, but another important aspect I felt about having a habit tracker is just being constantly reminded of my resolutions and my big goals, and I think that will make it easier to actually stick to my New Year's resolutions. Of course, not all of my habits are things related to my dreams and goals. Some are just habits that I have been trying to keep to but have had a little bit of problem keeping up with. So yeah, I found that having a habit tracker has been very important in helping me not only keep to my habits, but to also even remember that those are habits that I want to keep in the first place. So yeah, these are the 4 ways in which I felt that bullet journaling has positively impacted my life in the past week, and I am also finished with my 3 weekly setups. I am so excited to continue bullet journaling for the rest of the year, and maybe I'll make another video on my thoughts on bullet journaling after a year. Let me know if you'd like to see such a video, but in the meantime, that's all for today. Do like and subscribe to my channel for more content, and I'll see you again. Bye!